Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the weekend and happy Sunday. Wanted to come to you today to bring you some more AI training and enablement stuff. Today we're going to talk about quickly about 4 or 5 different training resources that are either free, low cost, or close to free that you can start working on right now. And some of them are quick, some of them only take about a month. And you can go from talking about AI, dabbling AI, to start positioning yourself as someone that's becoming an expert, someone that's built things. And these are going to be courses and training from some of the best organizations in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you now and walk you through that. So let me just open up a share. And let me just minimize this. Okay, hold this down. Okay, so the first resource that I'd like to point out to you is LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is about $100 a month, and in my opinion, LinkedIn Learning is the absolute best number one source for your learning, all things, including AI. Now, this comes down to a mindset. So my mindset with learning is being a lifetime learner. It's not go take some course, do a little bit of hands work, and then I'm done. I'll see you in a couple of years, or I'll see you next year. I do training at least once a week. And in my mind, I say, okay, there's about 52 weeks in a year. And so far, I've completed over 2,000 certified training classes that I can provide the link and certifications that tie back to those. So I do that stuff once a week, 52 weeks in a year. You guys do the math. But LinkedIn Learning is excellent. You're looking at the LinkedIn Learning page here. I specifically pulled up artificial intelligence, and you can see that there's all kinds of stuff here. They broke it down by new courses, things for Copilot. The Copilot training in here is really, really good, the Microsoft stuff. NVIDIA, AWS. You can see there's really learn how to vibe code, build AI agents, ML ops, um, building with AI. LinkedIn Learning is really excellent. The next ones we're going to go through are more specific. The next 4 or 5 are very specific from specific providers and specific courses. But if you want to keep coming back and doing more and more learning, like I said, it's about $100 a month. It's self-paced, so you can do it like me. You can do maybe 20 minutes a day or an hour a week, and you can start to build on your skills. You can see there's even some stuff here with Claude, leveraging Claude Co-Agent. So LinkedIn Learning is the way to go, in my opinion. All right, the next one I want to pull up for you is a Claude certified architect foundations exam. And you can see right here, agentic architecture and orchestration, tool design and MCP integration, configuration and workflows, prompt engineering and structured output, context management and reliability. And you can take this class right here. This is another really good one if you use Claude. I tend to use all the tools. So I use OpenAI, I use Claude, I use Gemini, I use Microsoft, I use Perplexity, I use Manus, you name it. I like to have my hands in it. The next one that I would recommend for you guys is this right here that I'm showing on my screen, GitHub Foundation Certifications. GitHub is where all the repositories are going to be, and people are going to be sharing repositories, sharing skills. So understanding the fundamentals of how to build on GitHub, how to share on GitHub is really important, which is why I would recommend this one next. And you can see here a little bit about the overview for this one. The next is Google AI Essentials Specialization. Like I mentioned earlier, using Gemini. This one you can check out here, some things you'll learn, generative AI tools to help with ideas, context, make more informed decisions, responsible AI, write clear prompts, develop strategies, right? So it gives you some of the skills you'll gain, model training, the tools, generative AI, Google Gemini, like I mentioned, Google Sheets. So this is another one I'd recommend, the Google AI Essentials specialization I'm showing here on my screen. And the last one I'd recommend is, last but certainly not least, I should say, is the AWS Certified AI Practitioner. Um, Another really good general one. So AWS Certified Practitioner uh, is machine learning, generative AI concepts, and use cases, sharpen your competitive edge, and position yourself for career growth, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. So exam duration, 90 minutes, format, 60 questions, $100. So whether you're talking about the AWS Certified Practitioner, the Google AI Essential Specialization, the GitHub Foundation certification, or the Claude Certified Architect, or if you're just taking different classes on LinkedIn by way of AI, I would recommend that you take something and you start somewhere. You can start with some of these that I recommend. So let me just pause this for a second, stop my screen share. Okay, great. Yeah, I would definitely check those out, guys. It's like I said, you have to have this mindset of I'm going to be a lifetime learner, and AI is here to stay. And you should really enjoy this stuff. You can really build some cool things with AI. It can make your life easier, whether you're looking at personal stuff or professional stuff. And you want to get certifications from the industry leading experts, right? From Anthropic, from OpenAI Academy, Microsoft, AWS, or LinkedIn, which in my opinion, LinkedIn is the best because it's only $100 a month. And LinkedIn goes out to all of those places and pulls in this. Here's what you don't need to do. You don't need to bring in an agency like McKinsey that they're going to charge you $2 million a year. They're going to charge you 200K a month, and they're just going to do a bunch of fancy PowerPoint presentations using ChatGPT. Learn how to do that stuff yourself. And you don't need some fancy executive coming in charging you a couple $100,000 a year that they barely use ChatGPT, or that they use something like that in a family group chat or play around with family photos. They're a novice. They really don't know what they're doing. You can get in there, you can get your hands dirty, and you guys can become the expert. Most of these classes that I just showed you are free or close to free. I think the worst was like $100. Or once again, I think the best bang for your buck is the LinkedIn Learning, which is $100 a month. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this opportunity to think about AI and learning. Remember to hustle harder, and let's talk again soon. Bye bye.